Craig, first of all, can you give us an injury update? We know that Kenny Miller and Scott Brown are suspended, but who's out?
Yeah, well, Charlie Adam picked up a little sort of hip flexor groin problem on Saturday, so we took him off as soon as that became a problem for him. So he's away back down to his club to prepare for the game at the end of the week. Craig McHale-Smith, we hoped would be available for the match tomorrow night. He has a back problem which kind of manifesting itself in a tight hamstring. We gave him every opportunity. Obviously, he didn't make the game on Saturday. I was hopeful that he would make the game, but when it became apparent that he wouldn't, of course we sent him back to his club as well. So those two are out. The two that you mentioned with suspensions are out. We have Stephen Whittaker added to the group. Obviously, he was suspended for the game on Saturday, and we have Grant Hanley back, who had tonsillitis, didn't make the game on Saturday, so he rejoins the squad. The other two that are a little bit doubtful would be Phil Bardsley, who came off the pitch on Saturday with a calf. It was a dead leg, if you want to be a dead calf. And Alan Hutton has a tight groin, but I think he'll be okay. But we'll wait and see.
So you never any thought of calling anyone else up?
Yeah, I thought about it. But I've put 25 players in the squad. We've lost a few, but I still feel we have loads of options, so I'm comfortable.
And is the dearth now of striking options the most concern to you?
Well, losing 2 of our 3 strikers, yeah. But I mean, I put David Goodwillie in the squad for a reason, and that was because I believe he's capable of playing international football, so he'll play.
Is that a lot to ask, given he's only had 1 cap, and it was a friendly match as well? Yeah,
but the reason everybody I put in the squad, I put them in the squad for a reason, and that is I believe they're capable of playing in the game. So, David would sit third in the pecking order, Kenny would be first, Craig McHale-Smith, and what a great opportunity for him to get a chance to play in this game.
Sorry, how have you reflected on Saturday, or is it perhaps not worth reflecting on?
Yeah, well, it's been difficult, as you can imagine. There's the initial feeling of anger about what happened. The good thing for me is that we have a new focus, and that is the game tomorrow night. So, okay, we get angry after the match, and 24 hours later, it's still a touch of it sort of in the belly somewhere. But it's important that we don't allow what happened on Saturday to have any negative impact at all on our performance tomorrow night.
Darren said that you're not, the squad are not hiding behind the refereeing decisions, and there are things you could have done better. Do you?
Yeah, of course. Of course, it was a normal football match. 90 minutes of things that I can pick through and look at areas where we can do better. We had some players who performed very well indeed, and we had others who probably didn't reach the heights of recent performances, but that's a normal football game. So, we're aware of our strengths and weaknesses in the game on Saturday, and we will look at situations in the game and analyse them and look at where we can improve. So that's a normal course of events for any football match.
I don't think there's any doubt that there's been a general kind of optimism surrounding the national team in recent times, Craig, but the 1 win in 5 games and 5 points in 5 games doesn't really tie in with that. How? I mean, that's
well, yeah. If you want to have a look at it, yeah, of course. I mean, the points tell the story. But for me, Saturday is a situation where a situation out with our control was resulted in us losing 2 points. Prior to that, if we go through the individual games, drawing in Lithuania, I think is a decent result in the context of the first game of the tournament. We beat Liechtenstein. We lost 1-0 in the Czech Republic to set piece. We lost 3-2 to Spain after a magnificent performance. And as I say, I've already mentioned Saturday's match. I know, and the players know, what's happening within this group. And that's the most important thing. We're improving. We understand exactly where we're going. The confidence that I have in the players is absolutely total. So the players know exactly what's required, and they are in a situation where they trust each other, they believe in what we're doing, and I'm greatly encouraged by where we're headed.
Have you had to do much, Craig, in terms of lifting the players from Saturday?
No, not at all. No, not at all. They're angry more than anything else. As I said previously, we can have a look at areas that we felt that we could have done better in the game. So that gives us an opportunity to assess that and improving that for the game on Tuesday night.
How would you assess their chances of getting second place?
Well, I think they're difficult. Well, more difficult than they were at before the game on Saturday. Of course they are. But we won't give up. Absolutely not. This game tomorrow night's a vital one for us. The Czech Republic have 2 games left, which they have Spain at home, which is extremely difficult, and they have to travel to Lithuania, who did beat them in the Czech Republic. So it's been the situation has been made more difficult because of what happened late on in the game on Saturday. But we're a determined group, I can tell you that. We're heading in the right direction, and we'll be given a right go for the next 3 games.
Do you need a strong referee on tomorrow night?
I shouldn't even have to, I just expect to have a competent referee for every match.
Obviously, in the past, we've had problems against Lithuania, same as against the Czechs. Is that a worry?
Well, I can't go into every game, concerned that somebody might dive in the box with the referee would make 2 horrendous decisions. I can't, in the normal course of events, you'd expect competence from the referee. And, how often do these things happen? I think the last one was against Lithuania, and then, of course, on Saturday. So they're very few and far between. And I think that because the game on Saturday is fresh in everybody's minds, I don't need to remind the players of what might happen in the game tomorrow night.
Would you expect us to have to go to Spain in the last game and get something from that game?
It looks that way now, yeah. It looks that way. I'm confident that the next 2 games obviously have to take care of themselves first and foremost before we worry about Spain. I'm confident in the group of players that we've got. As I said to you previously, they're angry about what happened on Saturday, determined to go out tomorrow night and prove that what happened on Saturday, we can get over that. We can get over that and show everybody that it was an injustice and we deserve to get the points.
Darren also just backed Stuart Regan's post-match call for technology being introduced. Is that something you would go along with yourself?
Yeah, of course. There are situations that are blatant in football, and the referee has an assistant to help him. But there are times when both of them miss something. So yeah, I think the modern day things have moved on so much in football and in the world in general. The capabilities are there to be able to give the referees a hand and make sure they make the correct decisions.
Did you said to Craig that we get a break in the Charlie Adam challenge that could be a penalty against us?
Yeah, but is that a situation where we're saying the referee? For me, that's another horrendous mistake. That's 3 he's made. I don't take into account that that's a mitigating factor. That's another mistake. So the first half situation with Charlie Adam, he missed that one. I don't know how he missed it. You'd need to ask him that as well. The difference with that one and the 2 late in the game is if we concede a penalty in the first half, we have 50, 60 minutes to recover. When you lose a penalty 2 minutes from the end of the match and then have a penalty turned down in injury time, there is no opportunity at all for the players to be able to do something about it. You saw after we lost our first equaliser and the game went 1-1, you saw the response from the players and the way that they recognised that okay, we're back in a position where we're not going to pick up 3 points, and the determination that they showed after that was fantastic. To get back into the game, scoring a wonderful goal with Kenny Miller playing a sublime pass through to Darren. So they showed that determination, which I think is characteristic of this group. But when it's the timing of the incident that it's a killer for us. It's so late in the game, we have no opportunity to redress the balance.
Sorry, just on that point, you listed a good few things that we've been talking about the referee since Saturday, but from your point of view and from the SFA's point of view, do you feel the need to put a complaint about this?
Yeah, let's look at it and say nothing's going to happen that's going to help us get any of our points back. But there are situations I feel that we shouldn't let pass. I mean, we have a player in the Czech Republic who's dived and admitted it. His director of football has come on the television and said it wasn't a penalty. And if I remember correctly, in a similar incident, 4 or 5 years ago, Michaelunas received a 2-game ban, I think it was. Well, a precedent has been set, so I don't believe that the Czech Republic deserved to have Rezek available for the next 2 games.
I think it's suspended anyway, actually. But
Is he? Well,
Is that something that you're pursuing?
I think it's worth making sure that people are made aware of what happened. If there is a respect campaign and fair play, which is quite high up in UEFA's and FIFA's thoughts. So I think there's enough evidence to suggest that there was a breach of those rules.
Can you put Lithuania in your eyes in comparison to the Czech Republic, given that they've already won there, haven't they?
Yeah, well, it's been a strange group because at the start of the group you look at rankings in the group and you can sort of try and guess who should beat who, but it hasn't quite worked that way. So Liechtenstein have had 2 fantastic results against Lithuania, and Lithuania of course go across the Czech Republic and win. So it's very difficult to, in this group in particular, to try and say where everybody is. But this game for us is an opportunity for us to get back on the field after the disappointments of Saturday.
Dan Fletcher's back. Were you pleased with that?
Delighted.
Do 90 minutes and maybe better.
Thrilled. Yeah, he's in the squad because I believe very much in Darren as a football player, but also as a person, and he was adamant that he's ready to play. He's a little bit sore, as you can imagine, after the game on Saturday, but in my eyes and in Dan's eyes, he's ready to go again tomorrow night.
Just on the strikers, can we assume that, given that Dave's the only one left that you named, will he start then? Yeah,
I've got him in the squad for a reason. That's what I believe, that he's an international football player, and what an opportunity, for a young lad to get a chance to play in a game of this magnitude. The reason that he's in the squad is, I believe, technically he has the ability, and also knowing him personally, he won't be fazed by this the size of this game. So, if I'm David Goodwill, it's an exciting time for me.
How did you fit it in, Craig, with the rest of the guys?
Yeah, he's good. He gets on well. We've got a few of the under-21 guys in the group as well, so he knows them, and he's fine. So I've no concerns about him whatsoever.
Will you name the team in advance again, Craig?
Well, I'm going to wait till tomorrow because we have Bardsley and Alan Hutton, who have doubts and won't be clear. We're having a Saturday to Tuesday game. We don't have that kind of extra day. It'll be tomorrow before we can understand completely just where the 2 injuries are.
Just on Hutton, I mean, Fletcher, I think without that match action that he'd had, came through it, you wouldn't have probably noticed that. Hutton, would you say it was more noticeable that he hadn't had?
I thought Alan, his willingness to participate, particularly getting forward, was fantastic. What we saw was a little bit of rustiness in the last third, but I was really pleased with him. Considering he hasn't played an awful lot of football, and we had the difficulties we had with Stephen Whittaker being suspended and then having Grant Hanley going out as well. It was a situation that he had to step up to the plate, and I was really pleased with him.